Good morning. There's something to be said for road signs, right? Without them, we wouldn't know where we are. And it's the same with our given name. Without our given name, we may not know who we are as good as we do, as well as we do. I have a funny story. I'm the eldest of three, and when we were in elementary school, my youngest sister brought home her report card at the semester. And she gave the little report card to my folks, and they were looking over the grades, and they were pretty pleased. And then they looked at the name on the report card, and they said, "Sweetheart, you brought someone else's report card home." And she looked at the report card and looked at them and said, "No, not really. That is my report card." She said, "I have never liked my name. So I told the teacher in September, at the beginning of the school year, that I had another name. So instead of her name as Lorraine, she told the teacher her name was Lori." And it's a funny story, but really it expresses a much deeper reality. God knows us by name, calls us by name, and has that name, it says in Scripture, carved on the palm of God's hand. Tattooed, incised, we don't know. But what we do know is it's permanently there. Our name is permanently part of God. And everything God does with those hands, we are there in the middle of it. All the healing, all the loving, all the outreach, God has us as part of that process. Why do we have to be reminded of God's love? Why would we have to be told that God has our name on the palm of those divine hands? You wouldn't think we'd forget that we were loved, but we do. We get a little complacent, or we get a little used to it, and it becomes less amazing to us. There are other examples in Scripture where God reinforces the fact that we are not bulk made. There's nothing haphazard or afterthought about you. God created you with all the intention possible. Your smile, your eyes, your kindness, the way you reach out to others, your humor, the way you listen, all of that God placed within you. And in Scripture it says that God has even counted every hair on your head. So there's nothing ordinary about you. Everything God has done for a purpose. Loving you to the point where God has crafted you, created you in His image, but also uniquely your own, to reflect that love to the world. The metaphoric language of Scripture, the incising of your name upon God's hand, the hairs of your head being counted. There's another place where it says that there's a glass vial that God captures your tears with. How wonderful that there is nothing about you that escapes God. And no matter the name on your report card, God always calls you by the name that God has named you from before you were born. Beloved. Have a good day.